What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode, and today we're talking about big engine V8 sedans you never heard about. This list is almost a continuation of the last luxurious sedans that we dropped that's still putting up numbers. Appreciate y'all for that. But today we're going to expand the list, talk about more cars, more power, more rare, more official. So without further ado, bring it in. Let's talk about it. What's good, y'all? So before we even continue, you know how I gotta do it. lowexcelsapparel.com. Make sure you go there for all your needs of clothing. You feel me? You like the sweaters, you like the hoodies, you like the sweatsuits, you like the jumpsuits, you like the whatever you need, whatever you really desire for the holidays. Make sure you jump over there. We got sales going on. I think you're gonna appreciate it. The quality is good, everything good. Stop robbing yourself. Hit the website up, lowexcelsapparel.com. It will be in the description below. Make sure you support yourself, support the channel. But without further ado, let's get back into this video. Number one, that will be a 2015 to 2018 Kia K900. This is a 5-liter V8, 420 horsepower, 376 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 5.7 seconds. Yeah, we here now, y'all. We here. We started off with a bang. I done had a whole bunch of people in my comments. Yo, what happened? What about the Kia K900? What happened? Trust me, I got you. When I had you, I just had to, you know how we got a release. So this is a really good car. It's better than what people give it credit for. It actually does have good reliability as well. And look at this. You also get a 10-year warranty on this. You got to understand, a lot of people hate the brand Kia and Hyundai. So because of that, people on the outside looking in that don't know no better, it's like, I'm not about to get into that. I'm not about to buy that. So in order to give those people a peace of mind, they have them come in and say, look, anything go wrong, free of charge, we got you. Don't worry about it. So usually these people have great warranties. So if you ever was thinking about getting in a Kia or a Hyundai, just keep that in mind. Warranty is going to be your best friend. This car though, super underrated. It also competed with the Hyundai Equus, which is another vehicle I could have put on this list. I didn't want to, only because they're very, very similar. And I already covered the Genesis, which it really fits in between these two cars. But the Hyundai Equus was also a really good car. I don't even know if that's how you really say it. It kind of got a lot of different pronunciations, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, it was really a good car, and this is a good car as well. Super luxurious. You see what it looked like inside, out. You're not going to have no real issues with this. And even if you did have issues, common problems that will come up is suspension issues. The parking button would get stuck because it's an actual button. Sometimes people spill drinks, soda, stuff like that in that area, so it kind of can get messed up. There was also a recall on the headlights. Sometimes the headlights or the daytime running lights could go out, so that's definitely something to be wary on. And the electrical control unit, sometimes you have issues there. So of course, when you're dealing with these big, expensive, luxurious vehicles, is a lot of moving parts. I know y'all heard it a lot of times that could actually go wrong. So you got to be wary of that. Make sure that those things have been addressed when you're checking out for a vehicle like this. And if it is, and all them boxes is checked, and it's already had work on all these recalls, get in the whip, y'all. Trust me, it's gonna be a quick, luxurious, nice, comfortable car that a lot of people don't drive even today, and you still gonna stand out. And when you pull up on somebody, they ain't gonna be talking about, oh, that's a Hyundai, that's a Kia. Nah, they gonna be like, yo, what's this? What's this? Yo, and if you need to, take the badges off. You feel me? Let them guess. But let's move on. Number two, that would be a 2006 to 2009 Cadillac XLR V. This came equipped with a 4.4 liter V8, 443 horsepower, 414 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 4.6 seconds. So this is a car that I mentioned in one of my previous videos as well. I believe it was when I mentioned the STSV. Go check that video out if you haven't seen it. But this car right here is super, super rare, okay? Nobody really has this. And when they created this car, they created a limited amount of numbers of this vehicle anyway. So this was not a mass-produced vehicle that everybody could get. This was a very uncommon car, and it was realistically a luxurious version of a Corvette. So look at it that way. You want a luxurious version of a Corvette, jump in an XLR-V. This had plenty of power, it put it down well, but to be fair, the original XLRs had a lot of issues, and people were wary of that. So when it came to the XLR-V, although the engine was slightly different, people had already a bad taste in their mouth from the previous model or the base model of that vehicle. So they was like, I don't know if I want to jump into that. You see what I'm saying? So that was an issue. This is why this car really didn't sell well ever in its production history. So if you do happen to see one of these, it's an uncommon sight, very rare. I don't even believe I've seen one of these personally. I've seen an XLR, but I don't recall seeing a V. They're very, very rare. And to be fair, they're actually not the best when it comes to reliability. Now, some people will say, yeah, you know, you keep up with everything, you should be good. But other people will say it's kind of inevitable. Things are going to go wrong, and when they go wrong, it's going to be expensive. So you're going to have to keep that in mind, you know, but it could be bad reliability to average reliability. So just know that. Issues that may arise is the roof door module, the key fob issue, and tail lights. So you already know it's a convertible, problems with that, leaks, electrical issues, it breaking completely, key fob going out, can't start the car, can't drive nowhere, and tail light stuff. So not the worst issues, but damn sure not the best, I'll tell you that. So just be wary of that. Make sure you're watching that, check it out if you even happen to find one of these for sale, because I mean, if you do, hey, you done did something that I couldn't do, because I don't see none of these nowhere. So jump on it if you got one. But let's move on. Number 3. Oh, I like this right here. I don't know if y'all do, but I do. That would be a 2015 to 2019 BMW Alpina V6. This comes equipped with a 4.4 liter V8, 600 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 3.6 seconds. Okay. So yes, this is a BMW, but a very, very rare BMW. We don't see too many Alpina V6s cruising around town. Yeah, you might see a 640. Yeah, you might see a 650, but not the Alpina. This was the more luxurious performance model. This car stands out. It stood out then. It stands out today. It handles well. It puts the power down. It's very luxurious. It's comfortable. It really checks all boxes you need it to check. And to be fair, it's not the most expensive today because, our best friend depreciation helped us out. So it already done reduced the price of this car, so it's not too crazy to jump in. Matter of fact, if y'all see this car, don't jump in it. Just hit me up. I'll jump in it. And after that, y'all can do y'all thing. Because this, I might need one of these. I might have to add this on the list. But yeah, anyway, it's going to be a good car. Reliability is average. It is a BMW, so things will be expensive. You know how the foreign life goes. You got to pay to play. But you're going to enjoy playing when you playing. You feel me? Issues that may arise is electrical issues, and it's also expensive to maintain, like I mentioned before. So just be wary of that. It's really not that bad as far as reliability goes. A lot of people that jumped in this car said it was their favorite car up to the point that they've had it, and cars they've had previously, none of them can compare. So this is definitely going to be a good car that does different things that other vehicles that you've had before don't do. It's official. And it's a BMW at the end of the day that was modded to be a more supreme BMW, so it's technically above the M6. So look at it that way. This is the next level above an M6. So it's just going to be official in every way. You want to jump into it, I would advise you to do it because I would do it. But let's move on. Number 4. It's a rare one, y'all. It's a rare one. You know what it means when I say that. That would be a 2016 to 2020 Lexus GSF. This comes equipped with a 5-liter, 467 horsepower, 389 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, 4.4 seconds. So not as fast as the Alpina. That's fine. But this is a Lexus, which is also made by Toyota, which means great reliability. You're not going to have no real issues with this vehicle. It looks good. It drives good. It can handle your whole family, whether you want to go out for a long trip or around town. You ain't gonna have no issues with this. This is something that even if you needed to let it sit in the garage for a while until you really felt good to pull it out, you can get right back in it. It's gonna start right up and it's gonna take you wherever you need to go. This is a Lexus at the end of the day, one of the greatest when it comes to reliability. Now, mind you, I heard a lot of people mention ISFs as well, and I respect the ISFs. But to be fair, the ISFs are more common than the GSF. So that's why I put the GSF on here. The GSF is very uncommon. Nobody has it. And when they do have it, they staying in it for life. They not getting rid of it. So good luck finding one of these. And if you do find one of these, you better jump into it, because this is a car people keep in 15, 20 years if they can. As long as they alive, they trying to keep the keys to this. I'll be honest with you. Why get out of it? If it could do everything it do with no problems, no issues. You see what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. Issues that you may run into is a valley plate leak, right? So that has something to do with the coolant as well. So things of that nature that may happen and leak. And I'm sure, you'll probably run into some very few electrical issues possibly, because again, it's still an older luxurious car. But really, other than that, that's really all you got to look forward to as far as issues go. Yeah, you still want to have some money saved up just in case something else goes wrong. But with this car in particular, it is by far the most reliable car on this list. So you're going to have reliability on your side, and it's just going to look good. It's going to feel good. It's going to do exactly what you need to do, and you ain't going to have to worry too much about it. So very good option if you're thinking about copping one of these whips. But let's move on. Number 5. I ain't gonna lie, this is very rare too, y'all. Very rare. That would be a 2018 Panamera Turbo Sport Turismo all-wheel drive. It's come equipped with a 4-liter V8, 550 horsepower, 567 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 3.2 seconds. So this is very rare, because you would have to get this specific year for it to look this way and do what it does. They have had Turismos in the past, but not exactly like this one. This one is different. Reliability is going to be average, so keep that in mind, but it's still a Porsche at the end of the day. It's going to be very expensive. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see anybody in this because it's very uncommon, and even if they could get into it, it's going to be a lot of money. And even today, prices are relatively high because they know nobody got it. So you could get lucky, possibly, depending on if you know somebody that jump into one of these. But again, it's going to be relatively hard to do so. This, of course, is a Porsche, so it's going to more so compete with the Alpina, the B6, because it's more of a performance first car, luxury second, comparison to like the Lexus or the Kia. That's going to be more luxurious or luxury first, and then performance second. But just keep that in mind. This is still going to be a very luxurious, very great handling vehicle that you can jump in. Very practical, you feel me? And it's going to do everything that you need it to do and look good while doing it. Now, some people have a love-hate relationship with the Panamera just in general, which I'm not mad at them for. The old Panamera didn't really look too well. When they came out with the newer one after that, it did get better looking, but it's still not the best looking thing on the streets, like by any metric. So I would understand if you see that and be like, I'm not too crazy about it. You got to have acquired taste for it, but it's still a Porsche at the end of the day. So it's still going to be a great car as far as performance goes and just really having fun while you're driving it. But common issues that may arise in this would be transmission issues, pressure sensors, and electrical issues. So not the worst, not the best. You right in the middle as far as average reliability goes. And it's just going to be a very, very rare car, very uncommon. But I can tell you this, you buy one of these and you pull up, nobody going to have it. And if they do have it, they're not going to have the the turbo. They're not gonna have the turbo version. They just had a regular Sport Turismo. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. You're gonna be stunting. You're gonna be feeling good while you stunting, and you're gonna do your thing. So you already know. But just like that, yeah, that is my list. 5 big engine V8 sedans you never heard about, but you already know how I do. I gotta give y'all a bonus. So the bonus of the day would be, this is another rare one, y'all. We killing them today. That would be a 2002 to 2005 Infiniti M45. This came equipped with a 4.5 liter V8, 345 horsepower, 333 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60, what we talking? 5.3 seconds. So there's a reason why I picked this one, y'all. So there is another M45 that came after this, and then they got into M56 and stuff like that. Those were more common than this one was. This car right here only had around a 3 to 4 year run. And the run that it had when they was making these, they wasn't even sure about the design or just the car in general that it was going to sell well. So they really wasn't jumping out the window putting these out there and trying to sell them. So it was very limited numbers with this actual body style of this Infiniti. And to me, this has always been the one that stood out to me. It looks the most timeless. It has the most timeless shape. It has the most timeless design. It looks expensive, even for today's standards. Interior is definitely outdated. You can tell that it's outdated. It's been around for over a decade. But the exterior, it really looked good still. You see what I'm saying? And it got a big V8 in it. No, it's not the fastest car on this list by any means, but it looked good. And it's really like a collector's item at this point because nobody got it. Nobody has it. It's very authentic, very rare, very cool. You know, this is when Infiniti was starting to gain some traction with what they were doing and gaining more confidence. So they was initially trying new things, but this is right after this car, they knew that they caught a hit with this car, and that's when it continued to stay in development and do different things. But this body style in particular was a very short run, and it looked great for every year that it was out. It's just a lot of people never knew about it. So issues that you may run into, it does burn oil. It had a gas gauge recall, so keep that in mind. Exhaust manifold issues and a suspension issue. So again, it's a very old car, so just have some bread stacked up because things will go wrong. You already know how that go. But all in all, it's average reliability. It's an Infiniti at the end of the day, and they don't make terrible cars by any metric. I know some people who hate Nissan will say that, but it's really not like that. They make good cars. They just make outdated cars, unfortunately, today, and they don't have the budget to really continue to be innovative and make great cars going forward. But they got a really decent history with the amount of cars that they put out and the quality of them as far as what they're capable of. You see the Q60, you see the G35, you know, things of that nature. They got some things under their belt, but all in all, they're not the best known and they don't have the best reputation. But you get into one of these, you're not spending much money up front, and you can use the rest of the money that you saved on the back end to mod it and make it look exactly how you want and make it perform exactly how you want. So I think that'd be official for you. But just like that, that's my list, y'all. If it was up to me, what would I purchase? I think y'all already know. I might have to spin that block on that Alpina, but that GS5 is right there, though. That GS5 is right there. If I could, I'd take them both, to be fair with you. But most likely, I'd have to go with that Alpina and just, you know, feel good. I'd have to do that. but y'all let me know what y'all would get in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, and just like that, I'm out of here. Peace.